Hey guys, welcome back to the last Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens set review. Guys, this time we have the Kylo Ren's command shuttle. Its set number is 75104. Its ages 9 to 14 and up. It has 1,005 pieces. It is retailing for $119.99 or $120 US. Guys, this is a set that a lot of people should really like and enjoy to have what they get, because you get Kylo Ren, one of the main villains, and probably the iconic villain in The Force Awakens. You also get General Hux, a First Order Stormtrooper officer, and we get more of the crew members, and we get another First Order officer. So that's pretty cool. And the fact that the Kylo Ren minifigure, well, I'll talk more about him when we get to the main figures, but just to make everybody clear that the Kylo Ren minifigure, it's a pretty awesome minifigure, because once I finished building it last night, I played with it a little bit. I played with Kylo Ren a little bit. I think overall, it's a pretty cool minifigure, because it really shows off the detail with its mask, and it really looks like with its hood on. And so let's get on to the main figures, like all the main figures, then the vehicle, and then we'll finish up the review afterwards. So overall, this is a pretty cool set to have if you're really wanting to get some of the main villains, at least, not all of them, but some of them at least, from The Force Awakens, the main villains. Because if you're planning to get like the Millennium Falcon or Poe's X-Wing fighter, this is the set you must get, along with the X-Wing or the Millennium Falcon, because we're probably going to see The Force Awakens, the Kylo Ren shell, and the X-Wing or the Millennium Falcon going at each other in the movie, because is the main hero vehicle and the main villain vehicle. So yeah, that's probably what we're going to be expecting. I mean, I'm not expecting that to happen, but it's just a prediction. Another one of those predictions that many people have thought of for all these years for what we were hearing about The Force Awakens. So yeah, so let's go on to the main figures, guys. So guys, our first main figure we have here is Kylo Ren himself, the main bae in The Force Awakens. As you can see, I mean, I have his hood on right now at the moment, but I will eventually. And overall, this is a really cool minifigure, because I really like how they really dedicated this villain to really look as a minifigure in Lego version. Because what we saw in the teasers, in the trailers from this year in the fall of 2014, we actually saw some pretty cool footage of Kylo Ren overall. With all the posters and stuff being released, I think Kylo Ren's going to be a cool character that everybody's going to like when this movie comes out in December. And so, overall, the mask, I think it's the mask, because can't say it today again. The mask, overall, it's a little big. I can understand that. A lot of people have also said that. I kind of agree with them, but I really like how they really put a lot of detail into this helmet, because it really shows what this helmet looks like. Because we never seen in the teasers what Kylo Ren looked like without his hood on. They're probably gonna have like a scene in the movie where he has his hood down. He doesn't have it up, covering his mask. And so we're gonna probably see what his mask really looks like. And so overall, this helmet here, let me take his helmet off. Just take a look at this helmet here. Get into focus here. You can sort of see, like overall, it kind of, when I first saw Kylo Ren, I'm gonna put his mask up because you probably see better. When the first time that I saw Kylo Ren, like at the concept art, all that for the real thing that we're gonna be seeing in the movie, I thought overall his mask was kind of like a mix of Darth Revan's mask and Darth Vader, because as you can see, this kind of portrays it on the front of his mask like what Darth Revan used to look like during the days of the Old Republic. In the Old Republic video game. And so this mask always reminded me of Darth Revan's face and mask that we always seen from pictures and such of him. In the Black Series minifigure, action figure that we're actually gonna get as Darth Revan. So yeah. And so on the back here, if you take a look on the side and on the back, you see this loop right here? Well, this kind of made me think, well, I read an article on the area talk about like Darth Vader being obsessed with Darth Vader, like he's a Darth Vader obsessive. And so, when I took a look at his mask, a very close look at it, as you can see at the back, it kind of reminds me of the backing of Darth Vader's mask. How it had that big loop on the back. And so, I started to wonder if Kylo Ren is like a member of the Knights of Ren that's actually on a mission to find all the ancient Sith artifacts that were dedicated belonged to Darth Vader, Darth Sidious, Darth Maul, Darth Revan, Count Dooku, if possible. Like all kinds of Sith villains that we heard of, Darth Malgus, characters like that throughout the Star Wars universe up to this point. And so I was starting to think that maybe he's on a mission to find like artifacts of Darth Vader and what his past was like Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader. So yeah, overall I think Kylo Ren is gonna be an awesome character in this movie and for the episodes 8 and 9 as well. If he even survives episode 7, which I hope he does, because he is a very awesome character and awesome villain to the Star Wars universe. And so, as you can see, we take the mask off like I did before. Put it down for a second. As you can see, his mask is actually printed on a black Minifigure head. So that's awesome because a lot of people have been complaining that the mask was so big and we get to have a hood. Well, we put the hood on. You could make like a boxing where we see Kylo Ren in one of the teasers. Ignite his 3-blade lightsaber is about to face off with Finn. And so you could make that box now in like a stop motion video now because he has this hood, a black Minifigure head with his mask. So that's really cool that we get a mask mold, like a big mask mold, and then the mask printed on Minifigure head along with the hood. So that's very awesome overall. And so the fabric, it's a kind of different fabric that we were used to getting with these fabric capes and such for the Star Wars minifigures these days. And so from the past. And so this is a kind of new kind of fabric. And what I realized while I was building the set last night, I noticed that this is a different kind of fabric compared to the fabric that's on this one here. And so that's kind of strange and unique, I guess, for a set for Lego Star Wars themed set. And so that's Kylo Ren. That's printing on the torso and legs and on the back. Shows all of his torso and robes and such that he's gonna be wearing. And as you can see, the cape, it's all scarred up and torn up, all that, probably from battle and such. If we take a look at his lightsaber, now I know I was kind of ignoring the lightsaber at first, but I'm going to talk about it right now. So overall, the lightsaber, well, it's not completely accurate, but it is accurate at the same time. What I mean is because, of course, it has the 3 blades, which is a plus, because if they didn't have 3 blades, then we probably wouldn't hated this minifigure overall. Excluding the nice, awesome detail on that they had on this minifigure. And so, the lightsaber blade, well, the lightsaber overall, it's okay, but the Lego could have made a better lightsaber hilt, a brand new mold for the lightsaber hilt, and have this one rod that's coming out the sides, like right here, having it come out from the inside of the lightsaber, because if you saw the teaser that was released back in November, well, that 2 blades came out from the sides from the inside. Now, like it wasn't just one big blade. It was just 2 separate blades that came out. One that came out from the sides, from the middle of the lightsaber, or toward the top, and then this one main one coming right up, sticking out like the other lightsaber. So yeah, I really like this new mold for the lightsaber blade, but they could have done a little better. Way to go. They could have done a little better, because if they did all these awesome moldings, all these cool minifigures and such, then why can't they make like a better lightsaber mold? I don't know. But overall, this is an awesome minifigure to have, because if you're trying to get this character Kylo Ren as a Lego minifigure, well, you're probably gonna be paying like a big bucks if you're just wanting the minifigure, this one character right here, because you're probably gonna have to pay like $30 or more or something like that, because it's so rare, it's so awesome looking, because it's based off The Force Awakens, is one of the main iconic villains in Episode 7. So yeah, that is Kylo Ren, guys. So let's get on to the next main figure, which is actually the other main villain that we get in the set. So the next main figure we have here is General Hux. Overall, I think this is an awesome main figure because it really portrays what he looked what he looks like in pictures is such that we've seen a Comic-Con or Celebration. So yeah, that is pretty cool how this minifigure is portrayed overall, because it shows off the nice cape, the nice suit that he had, the black coat that he had on in the pictures that we've seen, that he probably is always gonna wear because he's a general. So he's probably gonna have that coat on forever. But what was kind of weird is we saw the pictures of him, and I was like, is his arms that long at first? Because I didn't notice that his arms were actually in the sleeves of the coat. He wore the coat, but his arms were inside the sleeves. So, what's the point of wearing the coat if you're not gonna have your arms inside the sleeves? I don't know if he's just wearing it to keep warm or something. I don't know. I don't know if he has a problem with getting cold very easily. I don't know. It could be possible. I do not know. So, overall, General Hux, pretty cool minifigure. We don't know much about this character that's going to be in the movie. All we really know is that he's a general of the first, like one of the main generals of the First Order, that he's one of the main villains, along with Captain Phasma and Kylo Ren. So, yeah. So, overall, if we take a look at the head right here, like right here, you can see the printing right here. It's pretty hard to see it, but you can sort of see it right now. You can probably sort of see it on the head. Like right here, that is the First Order logo that the First Order portrays. That the First Order is portrayed by. So yeah, that's pretty cool how the Lego was able to print this little logo on the hats now for the First Order officers and the General Hux apparently. And so we saw this in the TIE Fighter Imperial Officer set. Not Imperial Officer set. We got another Imperial Officer in the TIE Fighter set, which is probably one of the worst priced sets in a long time for Lego Star Wars. But anyways, we saw this mold of a hat before. This is just all completely black. What we saw in the other set was like gray and black. This is all black, unique for General Hux. So yeah, so overall, really cool minifigure overall. If we take a look at his face here, take the hat off and get a better look at his face. It looks like he's very mad and very angry. So it looks like he's always going to be an angry character because he's a general in the First Order. So he's going to be very determined to exterminate a resistance soldiers or a presence of the resistance is what I'm trying to say. That's around his area, is his perimeter, his territory. So yeah, overall, very cool minifigure to have. Not the best of the three villains of the Force Awakens, like Captain Phasma and Kylo Ren, but it's still a very cool character that is probably going to be very popular once the movie comes out. And once everyone sees it, everyone's probably going to like this character because he's going to probably be very powerful. As powerful as Kylo Ren and Captain Phasma, of course, because he's a general. And so he's probably going to try to turn the tables on our heroes, like Rey, Finn, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Luke, and all those characters. So yeah, General Hux, very cool minifigure to have. So let's get on to the next minifigure that we have. So guys, the next minifigure we have here is the First Order Stormtrooper Officer. So overall, this Stormtrooper pretty looks exactly like the Stormtroopers we get in the First Order Transporter, but the only difference is that he has this little cape pauldron on, showing his ranking. Because these capes here, apparently for the Stormtroopers in the Force Awakens, they're gonna have like different colored capes, like white and black and red. It's Stormtroopers with no capes at all. So apparently they're gonna be ranked by having the color of these capes be different. So that's pretty cool. We've seen that before in the with Sand Troopers and the Clone Troopers, where the different colors around their helmets and torso and such. So yeah, that's pretty much the only difference about the Stormtrooper. But I still really like the Stormtrooper overall because Lego's done very well on this Stormtrooper, especially the helmet. I really love this helmet overall. Oh, almost knocked it over. And so if we take the helmet off, still has that Clone Trooper head. So I'm just gonna put it back on. Just ignore that. Because we all seen those before over the past 2 years now. So yeah, very awesome minifigure to have. I'm okay-ish with the white hands, like I said before. So I'm completely 100% fine with the white hands, but they're okay still. They're not very important con to this set really. So it's not a very important con. and all. So very cool Stormtrooper. I recommend getting this minifigure anytime. Like if you want to get the transport, because you get two of this character without the cape. So by all means, get that minifigure if you want hundreds of these or thousands or whatever, because they're probably gonna bring out a battle pack in 2016 or like at the very end of 2015, where we get a lot of these Stormtroopers. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I'm sure you guys are looking forward to that as well. And so that's the First Order Stormtrooper officer. And so let's get on to the next minifigure we have here. So guys, the next minifigure we have here is the like a different version of the First Order officer. So like the last one, but the last one's different because the last one we got in the TIE Fighter was a male. This is actually a female. So we actually, for probably the first time ever, we actually got like a First Order officer or Imperial officer or Republic officer. That's actually a lady. Because I think overall, I think if we've ever seen a First Order or Imperial or Republic officer as a lady, we only got them as males and not females at all. So that's pretty cool. And overall, I think this is a really cool minifigure, like as cool as General Hux and the other First Order officer that we get in the TIE Fighter set. So there's not really much to say about this minifigure because the Persia all look the same. The First Order officers, they pretty much just look all exactly the same. So yeah, all same colors and such. But the only difference with this minifigure is that she's female, and this is a female, and that she has binoculars, like white binoculars, to look at a spy on the Resistance and keep on a lookout for him. So yeah, as you can see, there's a First Order logo on the hat. Very nice hat. It's got some black on the tip on the front, and the rest of it's gray along with the logo, which is black as well. And we took the hat off, the very cool hat off. As you can see, there's the face right there. She doesn't look very angry. She doesn't look that menacing for an officer. So yeah, overall, she looks kind of old. She might be an old lady. A lot of these First Order officers are pretty old, so I'm kind of surprised that they didn't want to get younger officers into the academy at all. Instead, they just signed in, and like a lot of these old people for some reason. I don't know why. Who knows? We'll probably find out in the movie probably when it comes out. So yeah, overall, very cool minifigure to have. Very nice detailing. I'm very impressed by Lego and Lucasfilm for creating these First Order officers and how they look. Overall, they look completely different than the Imperial officers. And I kind of like these a lot better than the First Order, the Imperial officers. So yeah, very cool minifigure overall. So let's get on to the last two minifigures, which are exactly the same, but just a little different with just specific details. So guys, the last two minifigures we have here is the First Order crew. We get more of these characters, more of these minifigures. And so we got these in the TIE Fighter set. So they're not really different at all with the praying or helmets at all. They kind of remind me of the Death Star Troopers that we got back in 2014 in that one battle pack they called the Death Star Troopers battle pack, along with the Imperial Royal Guards. So yeah, as you can see, they got little blaster pistols along with it. If we take off the helmets, this is the only difference about these two minifigures is that one's white and one's black. I hate to say that, I hate to offend anybody, but I don't know how else to really say it. So, as you can see, two different races, which is kind of impressive for Lego's part. on making these minifigures. I would have thought all of them would have been the white people, I guess, because I don't know. I ain't got to go into further opinion about that. So you guys probably get my point here. So as you can see, two different faces. One's like a little bit of a stern face, like a little bit I'm not so sure face or something like that. I'm not sure if I trust this guy or something like that. And this face kind of reminds me of Finn's face, but it's not the same exact face because this one ain't double-sided. And so that kind of reminds me of Finn. Finn's look, it's got a lot more of a Finn look. In this look here, he looks more like he's determined, he's positive and full of courage, and he's going to take down the resistance and all that, which we all really want to join sides on. And so if you put the helmets back on, that's the only difference actually with these two minifigures. Yeah, overall, because other than that, they're pretty much exactly the same other than the faces. So yeah, first order crew, very nice way to get more of these crew members. Because I think we get like 1 in the TIE Fighter, and now we're gonna get 2 in the command shell set. So that's pretty cool. And so let's get on to the main vehicle itself, Kylo Ren's command shuttle. So guys, this is Kylo Ren's command shuttle. So overall, it's a pretty big vehicle, but it's not as tall, it's not as big. When you have the wings down like this, but once you have them up, you'll see what I mean. When it's big, it's tall, it's big and tall at the same time. And while I was building this set, while I was building the cockpit, I didn't think this cockpit was gonna be as big as it is what I'm looking at right now, because I thought it was gonna be a little smaller. By what I was seeing like in videos or reviews of the set on YouTube, and overall I thought this cockpit was gonna be a little smaller. I didn't think it was gonna be that big, but that's not a complaint. I don't mind if it's bigger. Yeah, I still think it's really cool. I can say I was kind of shocked that it was gonna be this big. I thought it was gonna be a little smaller. I had the wings be bigger. It had the wings be the big part of the set. And so overall, very cool vehicle. It's a very unique vehicle to the Star Wars universe. Will you ever see anything like it? And so if we take a look at the back, here's the booster engines here. You only get 2 of these engines. And so, very nice detail on the top of the cockpit. You use these to open the back and the front. And so, let's take a look at the main inside of the cockpit here. You just hold on this hinge, or you just use your fingers to open it up. And so this is actually the window part right here. It translucent bricks. If we open this up in here, try to show you guys. Well, looks like in here. You see there's a little control panel per piece. And you get these little gears, so you drive the ship right here. And you get this whole seat here. And back here is a landing pad, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. And this is where you can store your extra spring-loaded shears. And yes, you get spring-loaded shears in the set. I'll show you guys that feature later on in the review. And so there's some more space in the back right here. And the way you could get in there, and close this down, see all this nice detail like a UCS set, like a UCS sets usually have. And we take a look at the back part here. Try to hold this up, it's pretty heavy. Open this up at the back. That's how you could get into the back. Kind of hard to see in there, but there's not that much to show in there. There's not really a nice detail in there. I guess you could use it to store your minifigures in here, like the crew or something like that, the officer. But I don't really recommend it because you'll have a hard time getting them out of there. But I'm just doing it for the review. I'm just doing it to show you guys for the review. So yeah, close this down. And actually, you can actually store Kylo Ren's lightsaber right here. We take his lightsaber off. And as you can see, the boy is one big mold. And so we stick them right here on the clippers right here. Try to get him in there. The boy's blocking the way to get the lightsaber hill in there. There we go. Now it's not one to close because the boy's too long. And too wide at the same time. Whatever. Broke off in there. I'll get it later. It's in there. And so you open this up, we could store the Stormtrooper officer, all those characters in there. Everything's wanting to hop all over the place now. I opened the cockpit up, I found all these characters all over the place, scary everywhere. Hold on, guys. There we go. The boy was stuck in there. Stuck in the seat there. Because if it was in there, probably would have been able to get Gerald Huxley, the officer, in there. Because I don't think they want to be cut by a blade. It's not intact with a lightsaber. As you can see, that's probably how you guys are probably gonna want to get these minifigures out of there if you're having a hard time getting them out of there. And so you can stick Kylo Ren right here on the landing pad, if I could get him on there, or on the back of right behind the seat. Stormtrooper, as a matter of fact, you probably just set him in there because I can't really put him anywhere. Set the helmet in there. You can basically put all these minifigures and all the accessories in here, so that's pretty cool. And you can stick Joe Hux in the seat, have him drive in the show. Close this down, and you're ready for flight. So, as you can see, you can stick all the minifigures and accessories in there. So that's pretty cool. And so, I'm going to try to get closer here. Too far away from the ship. Here, and try to pick it up. And as you can see, if we take a look at the back here, these gears here, if you turn these like this, the wings move. So that's very awesome. I very like this feature. I really love this feature. And as you can see, you got to push them in a little bit when they get to the top. You got to push them in a little bit to actually go in all the way. And so once they're in place, you can just push this in here to lock them in place. They won't move at all. They can sort of move, but overall they won't move. As you can see, I got to move the camera back to get a better look. It's taller. Well, if you're looking at it from my vision view, is that it's actually as tall. It's actually as tall as my studio. But if you look at the camera view, it's actually tall. It looks taller, but overall, if you're looking at it from my point of view, it's not exactly tall as tall as you think it is. It's actually as tall as, like, literally, it's very close to being the same exact height as my studio, which is kind of weird. It's overall, if you take a look at these wings, very nice detail on these wings overall. Like how they had these make it into a triangle shape. All that have this little slant here on the top. All that is so. If we take this, and we're going to move the camera up a little closer, so I can reach. If we pick this up again, there's more wings under here. They got as stable as the bigger ones, but that's okay. You can actually stand up here like this, so that's pretty cool. I thought you would have been able to, but that's pretty cool. To go from far back, as you can see, very awesome. That's what it will look like in the flight mode of Kylo Ren's command shuttle. That is the flight mode of the ship. So that's very cool looking. I gotta give Lego props for making it so awesome looking. But what's kind of bad is that in the trailer that we got at Star Wars Celebration, we saw the ship flying along with being transported to the Star Destroyer along with 4 transporters, and we saw these wings bend down this way, like this right here, to make it fly a lot better. But apparently the wings in the set don't do that, which kind of sucks. It kind of sucks that they don't do that. But I'm sure someone out there will find a way to make these wings bend as such, have it look the way it's supposed to be. So I don't really mind if the wings don't bend at all, but it kind of sucks that they don't. But I don't really mind. Having the wings open up like that is good enough for me. I gotta give props for Lego for doing that, to make this feature look awesome. Having the wings not be just one big Lego build piece and have it move down or anything like that at all for landing. So yeah, that's very awesome. As you can see here are the big main turrets on the front. Just simple as that kind of stuff. And so if we take a look here on for the spring-loaded shooters, they're hidden right here on the sides here. We take a look right here, and on the side here, try and move this without making it fall down. We put it there right here. You push this here, so you can see they can fire. Try to fire the other one. Ooh, actually broke off one of the wings. My bad. My bad, Kylo Ren. Sorry for destroying your ship. And put it down so I can fix it real quick. Let's just put it away and just put those down for now. As you can see, get a better view here. Oh, that one fell out right out of the studio, and I found it. And so that's Kylo Ren's command shell. I got one more feature here, and it's gonna be really awesome. If we take a look at the bottom here, Whoop. Gotta be careful with this thing. If you see this red lever here, you pull this down, the landing pad's right there. So you can have that one. Whoop. There's the officer. Falls right out. You can have that one scene where we saw the footage for the Force Awakens where they were doing behind the scenes and such for Comic-Con. You can have that one stop motion feature where they had Kylo Ren coming down the ramp of the same exact ship. So that is very awesome. So as I would say, Kylo Ren would be coming down when he arrives at Jakku, which has been confirmed. Which I think it was confirmed, but I'm not quite sure. But I'm sure it was confirmed from the pictures that we saw that he's gonna arrive at Jakku after the attack at Rey's junkyard. And he's gonna come down that ramp from the ship. So that is pretty awesome, and be escorted by 2 First Order Stormtrooper officers. So that's pretty awesome. And so we can stick this fella back in here. Stick this fella back in here. And we could push this up. This officer doesn't want to stay in here. Stay in the ship. And so you just push the ramp back up and keep it in place. Just push this lever back up. It'll keep it in place. And so that is Kylo Ren's command shuttle, guys. And overall, this is a very cool set. This is a very cool ship to have for if you're wanting to get all the main villains of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. So overall, pretty cool vehicle. And so let's get on to the main box and then the final thoughts and this review afterwards. So overall, Kylo Ren's command shuttle, very cool vehicle to have. So let's get on to the box, guys. Here's the box, guys. Pretty big box and thin box at the same time. So overall, this is a pretty cool box to have for your box collection, if you're even collecting the boxes. So as you can see, very big and thin box at the same time. And for like as usual, as we begin the $120 sets, over $100 sets. And so as you can see, there's Kylo Ren's command shuttle in flight mode, flying over a forest-like planet. And apparently, this forest-like planet is gonna be like a big planet, a world for the Force Awakens. So there's probably gonna be some sort of big battle that's gonna happen against the resistance in the First Order of this planet, other than the Icy World planet. And so, if we take a look here, as you can see, it shows the feature on the front, how the wings move as such, which is kind of unique for Lego Star Wars boxes as such. And then if we take a look down here, we see all the nice and awesome minifigures we get in the set. Kylo Ren and General Hux, the First Order Stormtrooper officer, the First Order crew members, and the First Order officer. So yeah, and we take a look up here. Here's all the information I mentioned at the very beginning of the review. The Lego Star Wars logo and the awesome Kylo Ren logo, which I really like. So let's get on to the back of the box. And by the way, the Disney logo's right there. Probably, no one probably cares about that. Take a look at the back of the box here. As you can see, you get this another picture of like a holographic theme picture. It's a picture of the ship itself. So as you can see, there's Kylo Ren with his hood on, and lightsaber ignited, ramped down. Looks like he just landed. It just depart from the shuttle. Is preparing to fight against the Jedi in the Resistance. And there's the spray shooters feature and all the other features I mentioned. The opening cockpits and such, the opening wings on top of the bomb. And here's this big action scene, along with this one here, where they're flying in space, evading the Resistance across the galaxy. And as you can see, there's this other picture here where we see all the weapons and such that we get in the set, with the lightsaber, the blasters, the binoculars, and the spring-loaded shooters. And along with it, we get this nice big picture which is kind of strange, is this guy is carrying a spring-loaded shooter. Like, really? They're supposed to be the lasers from the guns. I don't think you're supposed to be pulling them or picking them up and taking them to reload the thing. Well, that's what you're supposed to do manually, but It's kind of weird that they're having in the picture a First Order crew member just carrying the thing because it's supposed to be a laser. It's supposed to kill you. The laser's supposed to kill the enemy. I don't think they're gonna want to pick that thing up, even though you're not supposed to even pick them up in the movies. But I get what they're trying to get through to us here. And so as you can see, Kylo Ren finally gets the resistance and prepared to fight. Stormtrooper officer, Imperial officer is in hot pursuit. General Hux and the First Order crew member, the other one, are inside the shell. Looks like General Hux is prepared to give orders to his soldiers and Kylo Ren. And so that is the box, guys. So overall, pretty cool box to have for your box collection. If you're even collecting the boxes, that's what I'm trying to say. And so let's get on to the last and final thoughts of the Force Awakens set and this set overall. Alright guys, so overall, Kylo Ren's command shell, very awesome set to have. And overall, the Force Awakens sets, all 7 that we got so far, are awesome. They're all awesome. And I'll be making a Lego Star Wars Force Awakens set analysis video over all 7 sets, and I'll tell you guys which sets I think are the best sets out of all 7. And I'll tell you guys, if you guys are planning to get like the people that don't have these sets yet, or any of them, I'm gonna tell you guys, if you have like a money limit, I'll tell you guys which sets to buy, because a lot of these sets are awesome, and I hate to see you guys be left out on these awesome sets and miss out on these sets, because these sets are awesome. You get awesome minifigures in all 7 of these sets, along with this set as well. And I don't know what else to say, guys, because this is an awesome vehicle. I really like this vehicle. This is probably like probably the best of the best of all 7, like one of the top 3 sets, because I think overall the Transporter, the Millennium Falcon, and this set are gonna make it to the top 3 sets in my opinion for price wise and overall. And I'm gonna talk to you more about that in my set analysis video. So yeah, that's gonna be coming up soon, eventually, like probably sometime this coming week. So yeah, so that's gonna be it, guys. So I'm gonna rate this set a awesome and super awesome at the same time. Super awesome and awesome, because this is an awesome and super awesome vehicle, and you get awesome minifigures and all that. I don't think I even have any cons to this set really, other than Kylo Ren's mask and lightsaber. That's really it. And so overall, very awesome set to have. I recommend buying this if you have the money, because this is $120. So you're gonna be dishing out a lot of money for the set because it's $120, but you're still getting an awesome set. I don't see why people won't want to buy this set. But I do recommend buying this set. This is an awesome set to have if you're looking for getting all the main villains and heroes. And so this is probably one of the sets to get if you're getting all the heroes and such, and for that reason that I just said. So that's gonna be it, guys. So be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below on my channel. I'll see you guys in another Lego Star Wars review, 2015 review, 2016 review. This is going to be coming in next year or during the fall, and other vlogs, and especially my set analysis video, which is coming up pretty soon. So have a great day, guys. I'll see you guys in another video of it on my channel. Have a great day, guys. Bye.